Hi guys, welcome to Teja Creations. Hope everyone is doing great. This video is going to be an intro video for my upcoming course. In that course, we are going to discuss about CG integration process on a live footage. So I have divided it into several steps. So mainly I have divided it into 5 steps, and we are going to work on Maya 2014. I know 2014 is an old software, but the old version of Maya, but there is a specific reason to work on Maya 2014 because I have seen many people struggling while working with MIP shaders. So we'll work with MIP shaders and know how MIP shaders works and how we can implement things using MIP shaders. So basically MIP shaders are known as the production based shaders. If you want to integrate any CG object and want your render to be completed as quick as possible, the best way is using Maya 2014. Use MIP shaders. It's the best way to complete your render as soon as possible, and we are going to work with Mental Ray in Maya 2014. So I have divided it to 5 parts. I'm just going to give a brief on this intro video. So basically in my intro video I'm going to let you know how to enable MIP shaders. I'll show you some outputs, and I will even let you know how to sources. uh, Actually it's pretty difficult to for every artist to gather resources. So I'm going to leave around 4 to 5 sites where you can find genuine resources, and they are good to use. They're not free to they are free to use. And so coming to part one, this will be the first video. I mean the next video, where we are going to learn about MIP shaders, and we are going to do in basic lighting on Chrome Sphere. So we can complete a lighting part in our first video, and we can even implement the things using MIP shaders, where we can get the ground shadow, or we can adjust the lighting, the ground reflections on a chrome wall using MIP shaders. I'll let you know how to do this. And coming to the next video, I'm gonna we are going to discuss about completely about lighting. We will be completing each and every part of lighting. So basically once we create a light, we need to give an indirect light. We need to give, coming to part 3, we are going to import a 3D model which we have decided to integrate it in our live footage, and we are going to scale it, get it in a proper position and with a proper proportion, and give it a texturing too in this third part. This is going to be a lengthy video in the third part because we are going to tune the textures as we wanted. We're going to edit the textures, we're going to create the new textures if needed. I'm even going to leave the resources page for this. There's a website where they can provide a proper textures for the object which you are looking for. If not, we are going to create an textures based on our requirement. I'll even show you that. We are going to use Photoshop to create the textures. At the part 4, we are going basically the part 4 is all about rendering. We are going to take AO separately and RGB max for a single object and the objects which we needed, and shadow we are going to take in separate pass for the shadow, and the render passes. Render pass are mainly about a specular, diffuse, reflection, refraction. So if we gather all this render passes at once, so it will be easy to control each and every part in the composition itself. So we need not to go back to Maya to control the shadow or lighting or reflection or refraction. So if we can render these passes out, we can control each and every pass. I mean we can control each and every element in the composition. But you should be familiar about Maya. I mean the basics of Maya, because I'm not going to teach you basics of Maya. We are going to directly step in a integration process of CG. So and you should be familiar with Nuke. Like it's not that important to be familiar with Nuke. At least you should be knowing the basics of Nuke. That's important because I'm not going to teach you the basics of Nuke. We are directly going to step into composition, and I'll teach you how to connect the nodes and how to control the things individually using RGB mats. It might be the RGB mats, or using the AO, or using the shadow. This is my plan for my upcoming videos. Hope you guys like it. Okay, to enable MIP shaders, all you have to do is copy this Mel script. Actually MIP shaders come with your Maya package itself, but due to some reasons they have been hidden in Maya or disabled in Maya. So what you have to do is just copy this Mel script and place it in the meld command box. It's over here. Just paste it. Don't worry, I'm going to give this meld script in my description box below, and just press Ctrl Enter, then close the Maya. Most probably they should be enabled when you reopen the Maya again. Let's check it out. And if you want to see if they are enabled or not, just go to Windows, Render Editors, and go to Hypershade. Just select Mental Ray and type MIP. So see here the MIP shaders, they have been enabled in your Maya. Then I'm like as promised, I'll show you some resources. Do gather them, and do gather the 3D objects which you wanted to integrate. The first resource page will be for the backplates and HDRIs. HDRI Heaven, it's free to use, but they have license for it. And one more disclaimer, all the images or all the models which I am using, the copyrights belongs to their respective sites. Okay, just go to HDRIs, and I forgot to mention each and every image doesn't have their respective backplates. Okay, do check each and every image, and and take the images only if you have the backplate. See, this has a black plate, so it would be easy for you to take this HDRI and take this backplate. As you have a proper HDRI for this and the proper backplate, you can compose the things pretty easy with this. If not, it will be difficulty to find a proper HDRI for the object which you are looking for, mainly while texturing any glass objects or any glass elements or any reflective material elements. There will be difficulty. Okay, and for the CG elements, you have many websites such as free3d.com. And you can find the 3D models over here. Pick a HDRI with a backplate and pick a 3D model and gather them. So we are gonna, in my next video, we are gonna see how to import the things and how to set up the scene. We'll even fix the focal length. We'll even work on focal lengths. By the end of this course, we'll be having a good knowledge of MIP shaders and mental ray rendering, as well as the lighting in the mental ray. Please do like, share and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you will be notified whenever I upload my next video. Thank you. This is Sai Teja signing off.